Hey all, it's Cam here. I'm about to start looking at zinc plating. So over Christmas I'd made some notes. So the zinking solution that I'm going to use is the ratio of 1 litre of vinegar to 100 grams of Epsom salts. So yeah, I initially had a bigger container, but it's like, man, I'm going to need a lot of vinegar and I just don't need that bigger area. So I've downsized and I'm going with 4 anodes to get good coverage. And yeah, I've got a bunch of stuff, so a whole bunch of vinegar and salts here. So I'll start measuring it out. So what I need to do is basically I've got a bunch of zinc plates as well, so I'm gonna basically have some zinc in the solution for about 24 hours or so before I can even start doing it. And over here I've got some heaters. I'll only use one in that solution. I've got this little pump thing here that will help when I'm doing the zinc plating, just stirring the water, or not the water, the mixture around. And I've got a bunch of distilled water as well, which I'll use for dipping. So this video won't go into the actual steps of how to actually zinc plate, but you'll be able to see me do it. I'm learning, so I'm probably going to screw it up a bit, but I'll be learning and you'll be able to laugh. And let's see how we go, because I've got a bunch of bolts and stuff that need to be plated, zinc plated. So I'll start now making up the solution. So that's a gallon. I'm probably going to take some out. It's probably too much, but I'll measure how much I take out. So I've got 3 litres of vinegar in there now. So that means that I've got to have 300 grams of salts. So I've got the kitchen scales and I'll just go and measure 300 grams now. Okay, so that's 300. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just stir that in, but then I'm also going to mark with the vivid on the outside, so as the stuff evaporates I can just then fill back up with some distilled water. So that's just plugged in there. We'll see what happens, eh? So yeah, so got this going now. I'll put the zinc plates in to help dissolve for a bit to create a zinc bath, and then all the salts and stuff help with the transfer of the zinc, because these are the anodes, so that's going to be positively charged, and then the electrodes and shit go from positive to negative, and the bolts will be the negative side of it. So trying to get the zinc from these plates into the onto the bolts, and the extra zinc and stuff that we can put in the water, in the bath, will help with that whole process. So let's get into it. This is all new, man, so I might be getting it wrong, but we'll see if it works. The other thing is that when you're zinc plating, to get a good finish, the bath temperature is important. So I've just put a heater in there. You can see the little LED coming up. So I'm just going to trial that, see what temperature the mixture gets to, and looks like crazy stuff happening here, but we'll do it. Definitely no P-Lab, for that's for sure. But yeah, let's get into it, and we'll see what happens. So I'm just going to let that sit overnight, and I'll have a look at it tomorrow after work, and we'll try our first lot of plating. So until then. Okay guys, so have a look at the bath. You can see a little bubbling and stuff happening where the zinc plates starting to dissolve. That's pretty cool. So yeah, keep that going for another about 8 hours or so, and then she should be good to go to try some zinc plating. Okay guys, so I'm going to try my first ever zinc plate just on a random bolt that I'd cleaned up. It was quite rusty, and I've used a wire wheel and cleaned it up. I've got a muriatic acid mix here, 10% muriatic acid, the rest of it distilled water. You can see here that it's bubbling, so the trick, I believe, is to keep it in there until the bubbles stop. That's a bit of the zinc plating that may be left over and stuff coming off the bolt. I've got a degreaser mix here. You can see here I've also got the bolt on my copper wire, because I'm not going to touch the bolt anymore. I've got distilled water, and then I've got my zinc plating solution. I've got a water temperature heater in there. I've got my anodes. I've got my my bar here that's connected to negative, connected to a power supply. And so yeah, I'm just going to go through the process of dipping it through here to the zinc plating, and we'll see how we go. Okay, so I've put the bolt in, and I am playing with the amps, but you can see that there's a bit of action going on in the bolt, and it's bubbling away. So that's the zinc being transferred from the anodes over to it. So I'm just going to be tweaking the voltage. And I'm just playing with the amps, because I don't want the process to go too fast. So that's probably too fast, but I'm just playing. So I'm going to turn the bubbler on, just to mix it a bit. But I think that's zinc plating in action. Man, it's happening fast. Whoa. I'll turn it down a bit. Man, I'm a scientist. Probably a mad scientist. But there's definitely zinc getting onto that bolt, isn't it? So I'm going to stop it there, pull it out and check it out. So it's definitely zinc getting on it. I technically didn't really prep this bolt very well, but you can see in there that where the stainless steel, where the copper has been on it, hasn't zinced. But yeah, this is just my first little test to have a play, so I'm going to reposition it and do some more. So you can see how I've moved it, and I'm just going to let it sit there for about 5 minutes and then pull it out. So very low current that I've got through it, but you can see there that it's actually doing its thing. And then yeah, we'll be back soon. Okay guys, so this is the bolt that I did. Definitely got zinc on it. There's a few scrapes because I was a little bit rough getting the copper wire off it, but I'm just going to get a very light buff now to see if it shines up any. This is just purely me mucking around having a practice, so let's go. Okay guys, so yeah, I've buffed it a little bit. I didn't want to do too much because I thought I might remove the zinc, but I'm going to have a practice to see how much I can really do. But there's definitely zinc on it. Not the finish I was after, but it's probably a good rough way to get zinc on it if you're not really interested in what it looks like. So I'm going to have a rethink what I'm going to do, because some of the parts that I want to do, I want a really nice shine finish, so I might have to actually buy, I think Caswell's have got a kit where you buy the solution and everything, and then there's a brightener I think as well. So this is fun, just having to play around. Definitely I might do some parts that you can't see that have rusted out on the CR. For example, I'll just quickly show you one example. Like, look at this bad boy. Looks pretty crap. So you can't see, this is right under it's one of the engine mount bolts, so it goes right up underneath the motor and you can't actually see it. So I might actually have a play with this one to see what I can get, because I don't really care if it's not shiny, but I don't want it rusting, so I might do this as my next play around. Okay guys, so this is the bolt that I showed you before. I'm gonna attempt to plate this. The nut looks like it's fine, it's still got a good zinc coating on it. That end does as well, but I'm gonna clean this all up and see how we go. So before, and let's get into it. Okay, so that's what it looks like now. So this is what it looks like now. So now we'll run it through the muriatic acid, the degreaser, rinsing it with the distilled water, not mineral, distilled water, and then the actual plater. So she's bubbling away. Keep that in there till it stops bubbling. So the bubbles have stopped significantly, so now just going to give it a little bit longer, then we're going to go through the degreaser. We've got the distilled water, and then I'm going to put the anodes back in there and we'll give it a go. So I think that's nearly good, I think, nearly good. That's the muriatic acid, so you really want to keep that sealed, I believe, because it can make other things rust, so covering that bad boy up as much as I can. Okay, so you can see it bubbling away there. Bit of action going on in there, isn't there? I don't know if I'm using too much current or not, but well, it's definitely plating. Okay, so this is the result. There's two little spots there. There was actually a bit of grease that I hadn't actually got off, so that was a error on my part for not cleaning the bolt properly, and that bit there as well. But definitely zinc on that. So pretty happy. I think I had it too much current because it looks like it's can't really focus. I could have done better at that, but I think I tried to rush it. But I reckon that's alright for the second ever attempt at anything, and it's better than what it was, so cool. Definitely I got some practice to do, but it's all about learning and trying new things, so I'll get better. But so yeah, cool. Okay, so I redid the end, so I had zinc plating everywhere. So yeah, I'm happy with that. Amazing what you can do with a bit of vinegar and salt, eh? So that's pretty encouraging. I'm pretty happy with that. I'll go and do the stuff that doesn't need to look good, but I don't want rusting. So yeah, I think that's successful. I'll take that as a win. Definitely not a professional. I'm just a hack at this for sure. Just a person giving it a go. So yeah, I'm pretty happy. Hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you in the next one.